Good morning. Not a bad view to wake up to. Good morning. It is day 22. Yesterday was an average day. It was nice, but there was absolutely nothing memorable. There was a tree with spikes in it. There was cascades, but the tracks were mainly old vehicle tracks the whole way, so it's pretty fast movement. There's a few hills, ups and downs. The toilet, it's weird, the toilet's actually on the main track, so normally I just leave the door open because it's quite dark inside them, but you had to be careful this time in case someone came down the track. So that was yesterday. It was pleasant, I enjoyed it, but not memorable. Last night it was just me again. It was freezing. Not sure, we're at a low point and we're by that little dam, but it was cold. Anytime anything left my sleeping bag, tucked the sleeping bag back over. And this morning it's borderline needing gloves for my hands. My hands are starting to tingle a bit with the cold, but it's a town day, sort of. I'm going through a town. I've got 14k to get to Northcliffe, so I'm probably going to have a brunch there, and then it's only a short distance to the next shelter. So today's only a 30k day, so it's a nice rest after yesterday, and it's the last dry feet day. Apparently it gets quite flooded and swampy going after that, so looking forward to a nice coffee in a few hours. I have 1 kilometre on this road, which is almost dead straight. Last night when I got to the shelter, it just rained and rained, and it rained until I went to bed, which was just before 9. So that was good timing getting into the shelter when I did. Some of the times that rain was pretty heavy as well. But today, the next 2 days, forecast is looking pretty good. Bit of farmland, and looks like we're on to single track. Yep, yay. Apparently the Bibbulmun Track volunteers have come through here recently, and this trail is beautiful. They've cleared all the dead fallen, even a whole lot of the bark and things, and piled it up on the side. So absolutely gorgeous to walk on. Don't have to think at all. So thank you very much to the volunteers. Onto the road, but probably just to get past the swamp or the frogs. It looks like there's a pond or a dam, given that there's trees in the middle of it. That'll be a dam. Yep, back on dry ground and back into the single track. Look at that. This is a particularly good spot for flowers. Look at them all along. Got all the colour range here. It's lovely. Just flowers, flowers, flowers. Been a while since we've had such variety. Kangaroo! Yay, grass trees again. What's this? Is this a flower? And there's just some new growth coming up. Look at these. Got 2 colours, there's the pinks and the purples in them. Interesting. So coming into a wide open area here, quite sandy soil underneath. That's where these new plants are. Sun's come up, blue sky, gorgeous day. Another kangaroo. This one was on the track. Cool. Back into the lowlands. There's been a couple of puddles I've had to go around the edges. Bridge over this little stream. What is it? It's another pigeon, I think. Just saw another of those bright blue birds. Flew away very quickly, unfortunately. Ooh, we're in the open. It's farmland. Right, I'm guessing straight ahead. Wow. Hello, Marcus? Marcus? Anything? Confirmation? Most of the time the marking's good, but just every now and again they're just missing that one marker that confirms you are where you're meant to be. Yep, confirmed this is the right direction. But wet underfoot here. Be nice to keep my feet dry so I can sit in the cafe with dry feet, but I don't think that's going to happen. I didn't have to go in any of those big puddles, but see the rabbit just go across. But my feet are wet from the wet grass and my sleeves are wet from the wet vegetation. That's alright. At least it's clean wet, not the yucky wet it would have been for those puddles. After I've been through Northcliffe, then I'll just accept the wet, but not for now. Right, now we're on a proper track, proper road. Hello, paddock full of calves. Right, on this big straight long road, but it's a sandy road and nice and soft on the feet. Let's see if I can see the frogs. Noisy. Nah, too well hidden. That is a very white looking slug. And off the road. Realise how cold it is, I can see my breath. That was a short section of old off-road, and now back out onto a normal road. Cute little round bird. Catches a lot of people out. There was one discreet sign which could have been interpreted as going up the road or across a mud patch and not obvious track to actually get over to here. Right, so we're back on with the cycle trail again. That noise, a kookaburra. And at the shelter this morning they went off at 20 to 6, so they were my alarm clock this morning. I was going to sleep until 6. Looks like a vehicle graveyard. There's another one down there as well. Ooh, over the fence. Doesn't look live. No, it's not live. Always wary of electric fences like this. Too many shocks when I was young. Oh, the tree is flowering. Off the roads for a short section. Nice little stream, mossy rocks, beautiful. And looks like we part ways with the cycle track, go our own way. This wasn't meant to happen, it's raining. Have to have the umbrella up, weather kit back on. It was meant to be a fine day all day today. Oh well, I'm about 2k from the town now. Little picnic area. Obviously must be a swimming spot down there. Town centre. Alright. So I'm guessing we cross over and then up the road. Yeah, there's a little path for us. Even stairs. Entrance, Forest Park. Alright, getting closer. We didn't stay beside the road for long before turning off onto this little single track, which should take me most of the way into town. Well, that single track didn't last long, but we're still on an old quiet road. Bright red parrot. It's on the ground in the grass. It's very hard trying to get a shot of it. Beautiful. I am here. A little bit of single track now. Albany 335, town centre. I'm heading to the town centre. And I'll come back on the trail and go that way. It was nice. Just had 40 minutes, had a big breakfast. Toast, fried eggs, mushroom, bacon, hash brown and fried tomatoes. It was pretty good. But on my way again. It's only 15k to the next section. Alright, back on trail, and it has stopped raining while I was in the cafe, so looking better. Patches of blue sky, but there's still some horrible looking sky as well. So I've still got my raincoat on. Probably get too hot and take it off soon. Down the railway track for a little while. It didn't take too long to get too hot, so I managed to get a whole 5 minutes and had to stop, take off the raincoat, as it's quite nice now. So still on the railway track. And off the railway track. Alright, I am fully expecting to get wet feet from here on in from the descriptions, but there are lots and lots of puddles. This looks like more wallaby tracks. There and there and there. That's quite clear actually. This is a pretty cool vine. Little spiky flowers on it. Where's our turn off? Maybe we're on this for a little while. There we go, only a couple of 100 metres. Now we're off. It's actually starting to get quite warm, but I see the sky is clouding over again. It's quite a cool bridge. Been on trails right beside the road, but it's been quite good. It almost seems isolated. I think we're leaving this road now and into the bush a bit more. Beside the river now, or a stream, very brown water. I'm not sure if that's the tannins or if that's swollen from a little bit of flooding. Another bridge. I'm quite liking this part. Temperature's dropped, which is lovely. Though it'll only be lovely as long as it doesn't start raining again. Oh, bit of a short steep hill. Back out to the road and then back down to the single track. I do quite appreciate that we're not walking on the road. They have created the single track. And another bridge. I like them when they've got the chicken wire in the middle, because that makes it a lot less slippery to walk over. These little vines end up with a flower like that. Information sign talking about the area being burned. Still dry feet, went over the sticks. These pink flowers, they're just so close together. Lots of them. It's lovely, all the flowers again. And because we're in new terrain, where it's a bit sandier, there's all sorts of different types. There's another one. So I have my eye out for the orchids. Apparently there should be some along here. So see if I can see a different type. This looks like a interesting challenge to get through. I think it's going to be clambering up and over. Thought I was going to have to admit defeat on that one, but still managed. It was a little tricky, leaning a lot of weight on my poles, but that worked. Right, haven't seen one of these for a while. getting there. It's open a little bit more. The path is predominantly this white sand now, but nice and easy to walk on, nice and soft, not too sandy. Hey, look at these. I think these are cowslip orchids. Beautiful, aren't they? There's a big patch of them here. I've been peering looking for these green coloured orchids, and then these just popped out. Still orchid hunting. Trouble is, I'm not 100% sure whether they like a little bit more open or if they like it a bit more sheltered. So I'm just looking everywhere. One of the benefits of the trail hasn't got much over it, so I can be looking off to the side and barely even need to look at the trail. Little toadstools. This is all by itself. I'm not sure if it's those pea type things, but it's got dark around the very edge of the petal. It's pretty. That's pretty cool. There are a few deeper patches of sand. The rain has actually dampened them down, so not too slippery. Going down one of the big hills, it was pretty deep sand, but here's not too bad. Loving being along here. New vegetation and new plants. It's all different. Beautiful colours on the feather. Whee, big bridge. I tried to find the name of this river, and my map doesn't even show. It shows there's a bridge here, but not that it's a river. Hello. Down, down, down. And then it'll be up, up, up. It's nice though, nice sand. It's a bit deeper sand coming down here, but it actually makes it nice and easy to come down. Right. Ooh. And looks like we've got another bridge up here. Double bridge. And a gate. This river's a bit quieter. And there's the apple. These berries. Not going to eat them, probably poisonous. I can't tell if these are flowers or fungi. They look like fungi, but the way they're arranged is like flowers. And toadstool. Right. Still really enjoying this track. Been neat since Northcliffe. Quite a few logs to clamber over, that's alright. It's cute. You have to hold hands if you come in here. The last 2k to the shelter is on this wider road, which obviously isn't as nice as what we've been on, but it's really close to the shelter, so it doesn't really matter. Hey, so the reason the diversion isn't mentioned on the Bibbulmun website is it's finished. So we can go straight through again, which means it's probably still going to be pretty wet, but that's alright. This just adds to the variety. That's a shelter toilet. I thought it was a shelter, it's so big, it's massive. And here's a shelter up here. So it's 1:30. It's really early. It's 30k done by 1:30. So I'm going to have a look at how far the next hut is. And it just seems really early to be stopping. So this is Gardener Shelter. It's one of the new rammed earth shelters that should survive the fires a bit better. Well, I have decided to keep going. It's just too early to stop and I'm feeling really good still. That big breakfast I had in Northcliffe, and it's 16k to the next hut with only 280 vertical meters, so it's supposedly pretty easy track. The water will be the only hiccup. So yeah, I've decided that I am going for it. Where does that go? Oh, it's just a picnic area. So maybe makes for a long day, but I just can't sit around camp this long. These are cute. Flowers aren't open yet. Out of the sand for a while. That's a really long stalk for that flower. Only 3 petals. It's decent size. Here's a different snack, some chips. Smith's is sort of the generic chip brand here in Australia. Bottle brush. Hopefully I can get them while they're still bright red somewhere down the track. Thought I'd do a panorama. That's the way I've come from. Not many trees in here. Let's see. This is the bad patch to do a panorama because it's a patch without many flowers. Yuck. This looks like it. This looks like where I commit to just getting wet feet. Oh, I hate the first time. It's alright once you've already got wet feet, but that very first time it's awful. Alright, let's see how deep this is. Oh, the tadpoles in here. The water is so dark I can't see the bottom, and it's shin depth at the moment, so I'm just taking it very careful. Now I walk for a while and my shoes pump out the water that's in them, and I'm wearing merino socks, so they will make my feet feel dry and warm. The water actually wasn't that cold. It was actually quite nice. And another puddle. That last one got to just below my knees. Oh, see a bridge. Looks pretty overgrown. One went all the way, a little bit hard to get past the tree there, but that's alright. Oh, look at these, right at the edge of the bridge. Not sure how well my camera captured these this morning. That's so cool. Just had a long, it was probably a 15-minute chat with a lady who's yo-yoing, which means she went from Kalamunda to Albany and now she's turned around and going back again. She's going to start training and try and do a fastest known time attempt, which is pretty impressive. Right, old bridge over the river. Oh, single track! We've been on roads constantly since the last shelter, so this is nice. The single track was nice while it lasted. It was about 100 metres. Now I'm back on an old road. A few trees down in this part of the track. One thing that lady I spoke to said is should start seeing some snakes soon. She saw 2 yesterday, so that'll be good. In 21 days without seeing a snake. That'll be good. It's been 22 days without seeing a snake yet. Ripples are starting. You can go around the sides of some of these. That's where I've come from. Many white flowers on these bushes. Right. Little ant nests. They look quite cool. Beside a river again. Some pig damage back there. There's some pig prints. That's annoying. I'm only about 2k from the shelter. My feet are dry after that last one. And now it looks like I'm going to get wet feet again. Aww. This one's cold. The other one had been in the sun. This one has been in the shade. Oh, yuck. And another. That last one is a lot warmer. I suspect this one will be okay too, as long as it's been in the sun. Not too bad. I was starting to get a bit worried with that one. That one went up to mid-thigh. Don't want to get my shorts wet. Got 1k to go to get to the shelter. So today is a 46 and a bit k day when I get to the shelter. Obviously a lot longer than I planned, but that's just how it worked out. Body's feeling good, energy levels are really good, and my feet were really good just until I went through that last series of puddles, and now I'm feeling my feet like I normally do. But before that, they were really good. All the soft sand today must have helped. Really need to get some decent inner soles, but got to get to a decent sized town where I can buy them, which will probably won't be until I get to Adelaide, so it'll be good for the next hike. Kudamuapat, 4 hours. No thank you, I will go this way and have 10 minutes. Woohoo! There is the shelter. I made it less than 12 hours, so what's that? I think it's 11 hours 30. Long day, but as I said, still feeling good. Panorama from the hut. That is the lake down there. Bit too cold for swimming at the moment. And this is Marrying Up Shelter.